folks. I'm Don. This is Rockin' the Country. George Jones's The Battle. I don't know. It was requested by another George Woodruff. So, George, shout out to you, my friend. I'm wearing my Mexico hat that my surrogate daughter got me. My Lex, you've seen her on the channel in years past anyway. A couple of times she made a cameo, did a few reactions with me. I always get a warm feeling when I think of my Lex. Or wear the hat she gave me finally after 2 years of begging her to get me one. All right, here we go. The Battle. I don't know this song. It's a true reaction. Oh, it's a legit battle.
Dawn breaks on the battlefield while the morning mist lays heavy on the ground. And the silence is like thunder as the enemy prepares another round.
Warfare was different back then too.
And her soft satin armor lying on the far side of the bed. Wounded and heartbroken and scarred by the killing words I said.
Ouch.
I have no rules in battle, so I fire the guns of anger once again. Oh, she's such a little thing, and there's no doubt about it, I can win. But with teardrops as her weapon, she easily destroys my battle plan. And then shamefully retreating, I smile at her and then she takes command. Oh, what a sweet surrender. I'm captured by two lips so warm and tender. She completely surrounds me with her loving arms again.
Is the battle a metaphor for just having an argument in a relationship? Because the satin, what do we call it? The satin armor she's wearing. And I'm like, who wears satin in a war? Then I'm picturing, well, is this in like the Korean War, or was this in Vietnam when we went into villages and raided them? But I think it's a metaphor.
It was love that brought the battle to an end.
There it
now
is.
The enemies are lovers once again.
Oh, that was well done. Goodness gracious, got me good. And it was meant to get you good. And that I love coming to these songs later in life. Because those of you who are new to the channel, welcome, but I didn't grow up on country. I came to it as a grown man, and 10 years ago, 15 years ago or so, I got into some Nashville country. But it was like, well, Merle isn't Nashville, he's Bakersfield, but I got into Merle, Sherry Austin, Billy Dean, and Alan Jackson. Those are my first 4 CDs that I bought. But then a few years later, I started getting into some Nashville country. Like a friend of mine, Frankie Ballard, I knew before he even had a songwriting deal when he lived up in Michigan. It just was happenstance that I knew him through mutual friends, and then he got a record deal and all that. So I started getting more into Nashville country at that point. And then I started my channel a bit later, and I got way more into traditional because people started saying, Don, the way you like lyrics, you've got to hear this song. You've got to hear Willie, Waylon, even Jimmy Buffett. I mean, just listen to these folks. And I got into them. Johnny Horton. And I'm hearing the way stories are told. And Red Savine just destroys you when you hear the way he sings a song, Teddy Bear. But my sense of a song is not clouded by a youthful imprecation or something that would alter the way I hear a song now. And I'm not fighting upstream against anything in that regard. I hear it as an adult. And this was like, good God, I had no idea. I figured it out as it went along because it did stick in my head. That satin armor. Well, but I'm thinking the way he's describing this battle, the way they used to battle is they lined up across from one another, like Civil War or War of Northern Aggression, depending on where you're from. They would just stand and shoot, and boom! You wouldn't hide. You'd all be out in the field and shoot. And now it's totally different. This wasn't even about that. So, but it feels like that when you're in it, I suppose. George, good call on that, my friend, George Woodruff. I'm going to rate that. I wasn't going to rate it initially because I thought it was about war. And I don't rate war songs. I don't rate patriotic songs. But, shit, this one, George's voice, that George Jones voice, I mean, it should be in a library of its own. But the number that popped into my head was a 9.3. It got me. That's why. It's almost like The Ride when you finally figure out who it's about, you know? It's like, oh, well done, people. You had me going. And I bet it happened to you folks first time you heard it too. So there it is. All right, guys. Have a great day. See you on another video. Be kind to folks. Don't do too much battle out there. And keep rocking the country.